We are live. Welcome to Service. Got a very powerful sermon for y'all today. Got a very powerful sermon for the community. We are operating from this Church of Loving Kindness, streaming straight through to you in the community. Get funky with the music. Let's get funky, shall we? Steven says the drip in the house. Steven. Well, first of all, let me tell you one thing.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Let me know how the audio is. And have a high standard of audio when you tell me what the audio is. You know what I'm saying? Wow, you're from England. That's great. Don't let me get away with any popping in the mic. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like I'm popping, let me know, dude. And maybe we'll fix it today. Maybe we'll fix it next time. But, you know, we should be moving. Every episode is another step closer to God. I don't know if y'all can feel that in your heart, but I feel it. I feel like every episode is one step closer to God. It does feel like a real source energy coming in and channeling out to you. So that's basically what it is. That's the service. That's what all services are. All art is a person becoming a vessel of God. That's what art is. It's a human being becoming a vessel of God and letting God's energy channel through them in their own little creative way, and that's what we're doing here, people. And I'm certified to do it. Certified Pundit. The only certified pundit on YouTube. The white man calls everyone a pundit. No certification call them pundit. Here at the Drip, we got the certifications. Alright? We got the certifications, and make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Come on in. Welcome to the service. Got some very powerful sermons for y'all today. By the way, certified, and I got the awards. That's a Writers Guild Award. That's a Writers Guild of Canada Award. Why do I say it? Not for my ego, but for your ego, so that you can get on board and say, now I can listen fully with my heart. Let me listen with my heart and my mind. Let me listen to every word he is saying. Powerfully. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. You know, before I wanted to match the music up with the graphics, but it just always matches up. It just automatically matches up. That's God coming in, y'all. That's God holding us up where we're falling behind. God's lifting us along. See how the scene changed with the music? I didn't plan that. God's doing that. God's doing that. But anyway, hey. Welcome to the service, y'all. Look at that. We are channeling in from the digital ashram. And I have yesterday's title card left up, but you know what? It's true. It stands. We are not a slave, brother. We are not a slave. And today we're going to have a very powerful message of being strong in the market, being authentic, loving ourselves, listening for that flutter in the heart. We should be acting upon that flutter in the heart. And that flutter in the heart, if it's truly coming through, it should be creating a rebellion in the society. Your life should be a rebellion in the society. Not a quiet not a revolution, not a political thing, but just, I'm not controlled by them out there. I'm controlled by the voice in here. And that's how you got to live, people. That is the correct way to live, and that's my job to remind you of that and let you know and to welcome y'all to the service. Let's talk to the congregation real quick, shall we? Let's talk to the congregation real quick, shall we? Look how quickly I get these windows up. Watch how quickly. Bam! And there's my congregation. There they are. Look at you. Looking good, everyone. Nice smile there. Nice. That's good. Justin Consciousness Gwyn says greetings for the congregation. Very good, Justin. And very good name. You got a name for channeling, brother. You channeling? You channeling, brother? You channeling? You're doing God's work here, brother? You sound like maybe you got a channel. You got a channel there, brother? Hey, guess what? Rewind Cat, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup.
That's
aren't
correct. Steven says, good sir. Sophia Gibson is here. Wow.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
We're getting 5 in a row here. People. That means that we're putting up some good services for the community. That's all it means. That's what it means. It means we're putting up some great services for the community. What up, Steven? How's it going? Justice Consciousness Gwyn goes daily. You're doing daily like Aaron Doughty? You're dropping Aaron Doughty rippers every single day, dude? I don't know if you guys know Aaron Doughty, but he is a great spiritual leader in the community. I don't have his clip ready to show you guys, but I should actually, because I am in his class right now, and it's been an incredible class. But I gotta say, the class, it's like this, it's called the Conscious Business Accelerator Program. And I'm in the program because I gotta be raising the standard for you guys, right? Because why do I do it? I feel like my parents, I remember one time my mom bought a big screen TV. She wanted it, but then she brings it home. She's like, for the kids. Kids need it. Nowadays, the kids need it. Always does that. Even like, we know this millionaire. He's actually the samosa king in Toronto. There's a samosa king. He's got like 5 locations. We're talking about this guy's putting out thousands of samosas a day. He's selling samosas 5 for $1 at a loss, basically. But because he wants to serve the community, that's how righteous he is in serving the community. That he does $5 for $1 samosas, and you know the service is impeccable. The samosas are a little small. You know you gotta come on, but he's getting them out. He wants to serve the community. The guy works so hard, and he's worked so hard, and he's so prosperous. He's so prosperous. The people in the community were saying you can't do 5 samosas for $1, but he listened to the voice in his heart. He said, no, there's a voice in my heart, and it says I gotta serve the community. I gotta give them what they, just like us going daily here, and just like Justin Conscious Gwyn going daily. Just like you gotta go daily, right? So the guy going daily is like doing 5 samosas for $1. You're basically saying like, I'm here to serve. I don't care. Everyone in the community said, don't do it for that price. He goes for it. He listens to the voice in his heart. He goes for the 5 samosas for $1 system. This guy is the king now, basically. He's so rich. When you go to see him, if you go to the back area of his restaurant, catering, banquet hall, this guy's doing everything. He's loaded. You go to the back, he's got every luxury SUV. The Porsche SUV, he's got it. The Denali, he's got it. He's got the I'm talking about Porsche, Range Rover. He's got 2 or 3 Range Rovers, 2 or 3 Mercedes. Because there's 2 or 3 different Mercedes styles of SUV. There's one that looks like a German, your legit Nazi soldier coming into town to collect people. There's that box one, right? Straight from the military, hard. German military made. But then they have other ones that are more like the sexy, sleek one. So he's got both. What he doesn't do is he doesn't get the lower tier SUV. He takes the top tier SUV from every car company. He's got all of them. And if you ask him, you're like, when you go to see him, he's so humble. He's like, Amish, please look. He's the kind of guy to say, we are not a slave, brother. We work hard for community and community pay us. We're not a slave, brother. But anyway, I asked, when you go see him, he goes, but he's so humble, but he goes, see, Amish, look at new car. It's Porsche Cayenne. You want to sit inside? Drive it. Go take it. Amish, don't worry. Take it. And I drive it. I'll like turn it on, whatever. Like, oh, sick, whatever. And I'm like, man, you're doing great. And he's like, me? What I did? God make it. He always gave the praise to God. And then he would also say, God is not the meaning of life is not cars, Amish. This is for the kids. He also did the for the kids with his cars. He had every luxury SUV, and he has like a couple of like young kids. They're like 8, 10. He's like, for the kids. Kids need a safety, number 1. Back, they put TV for kids. For the kids. I don't care. I know, you think I want it? No, I don't want it for the kids. Right? He's a vessel. He's just a vessel. Serving the community, serving the kids, and God's channeling right through. That's the system. That's what Justice Conscious Gwyn says, yes. It's true, man. Some people are working for money, but some people are working for God. And that's what he always says, though. If you say, man, you're killing it, you did great. He's like, what I did? God make it. And that is true, because when you're in a high vibration, this is the thing, let's bring up the righteousness chart. I think it's relevant here. When you're in a high vibration, you're not doing the work, God's doing the work. So that's the system. It actually makes sense. That's the thing. You're not doing the work, God's doing it. The mind is off, and the body is acting. Dancing, you can say. Dancing in life. This camera's way too close. I got to get like a wider camera angle on this. But listen, got a great episode today. Let's go into our first topic, shall we? Buttercup. Hey, Nachama.
Yeah, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
We are just a little buttercup, aren't we, Nachama? Thanks for coming, Nachama. I hope that, I think that opener did probably raise the vibration though. So I think the vibration is actually clocking in through the roof for us right now, because just hearing these words should create a raise closer to God. That's the system. That's what Dharma talks are. Hey, let me know if my mic's a little too loud. Because the reason why this works is because what happens is, it's the mind wants to do work, right? But when you let go, you let God. And God just means high vibration. That means that's God's energies coming through you, doing the work. Dancing in life as you, through you. What else do I got?
Bing bong ding dong, here comes my ding dong.
Okay, that's silly.
Oh my God, he's so goddamn cool!
Thank you. Thank you. I had another one. But anyway, you know what? I think it's time to start our first topic. Let's go to our first topic. And here, actually, let me go to break time real quick, because I do have to add one thing to the topics. I have titles ready today. I do have the titles ready, people. We're doing Italy versus Trudeau first. So any Trudeau sycophants, don't listen. You gotta listen and don't get offended. Like, so what? So you don't like Trudeau? I can't. What's wrong with people? He's doing all right. Shut up. They're politicians. They're scumbags. They don't deserve your. You don't like Trudeau? He's a rich. His dad was the prime minister, idiot. What? He doesn't need you campaigning for him. What the hell is this shit? I don't like it. Oh wow, that worked. Italy versus Trudeau. Who is righteous? That's gonna be our first topic. Let's get into it. Actually, this first clip I got from. I'm gonna be using two channels. One is Redacted. Redacted is a great channel, actually. And they are someone that we should be reaching towards. 1.92 million subs, and they are it's a husband-wife team. Redacted. It's a husband-wife team. Let me take off the scale of righteousness. It's a husband-wife team, and they're doing the rips. Like, the channel is called Redacted because basically what they say is that they're basically doing the stuff that the government doesn't want you to hear. And that's, in that sense, it is rock and roll, and it is a rebellion, and they are following the voice in their hearts. And that's what we should all be doing. This is a fantastic channel, Redacted. Let's take a look at it.
Italians were not happy to be lectured by Justin Trudeau. Here is how the Italian newspaper Libero put it. Said, "Questo buffone vuole darsi lezione." This buffoon wants to give us a lecture.
And there's a picture of Trudeau in blackface.
And they reference it because above...
You got to keep bringing up the blackface, eh? That I do get a lot. People are such Trudeau fans that if you bring up Trudeau with blackface, they're like, oh, what are you, conservative? Hey, white lady, don't tell me that I'm not allowed to have certain feelings about Trudeau blackface. By the way, I never really cared about it. I never really found it offensive because I remember I told my mom, and my mom was like, they love us. They want to be like us. That's kind of the attitude. That is the very common brown attitude. Now, where she's wrong is that if he truly understood the brown culture, he would not make himself so black. This is so dark, dude. And nothing wrong with that. But it's like caricature dark. Like, very few people in the world are actually this dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's actually... South Indians not this dark. There are places in Africa, but I feel like you turn more... It's like a different shade. It just... This looks like he just put shoe polish. Which is what those guys used to do. The people who did professional blackface, they would do like more of like this kind of a shoe polish. Like pitch black. Not... Because people are actually brown. Anyway, I digress. I don't care. I really don't care about this blackface. But in regards to what he did and what he said to the Italian Prime Minister, it's fair. It's a fair comeback. And let's continue this.
Of that, they call him the Merchant of Wounds. And the subtitle below says, the Prime Minister of Canada says he's worried about the treatment of gay people.
Where are they from? Are they from Minnesota? The Prime Minister of Canada.
Italy, the same guy who went in blackface and allows surrogacy. So they're like, this guy No, I don't think we need to hear from you. We actually can think for ourselves. Trudeau took it upon himself while he was in Italy, or not in Italy, while he was visiting Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni during the G7.
This is actually a great system. Instead of me trying to set up a clip, the setup is here, right? Can everyone hear this okay? Let me know if the volume is good.
To tell Italy what they're doing wrong, the government in Italy does not allow gay marriage. They allow civil unions, and recently they handed parental rights for same-sex families to the biological parent. And Justin Trudeau has a problem with this. Now, Meloni...
Hold on, what's... Oh, that's the first time I heard what Italy's actually doing.
Marriage. They allow civil unions, and recently they handed parental rights for same-sex families to the biological parent. And Justin Trudeau...
So, yeah, that is an attack from the Italian government. We got to call it... Listen... Whatever your feelings on Trudeau, that's wrong, man. Why do they do that? Gay people raise good kids, I think. I think they're good at it because they're very conscious about it. Whereas a lot of straight people, they're just popping them out. If gay people have kids, like, they must love kids. That's so wrong, man. Why do people do that?
Has a problem with this. Now, Meloni says that this is what was dictated by the courts and what her previous administration did before she took office. She herself is not married and she has a child with her partner. So, she understands sort of ununioned families. She does not appreciate this lecture. So here...
Hold on, ununioned families, but like, is she taking the right... Is she basically saying to gay people who have adopted their kids, you're not legitimately the parent, and the real parent could come back and take the kid? That's not right, man. But anyway, let's go.
Giving her a good old mansplaining about what worries him about Italy.
Obviously, Canada is concerned about some of the positionings that Italy is taking in terms of the LGBT rights, but I look forward to talking with you about that because we're here at the G7 as an assembly of countries that are promoting the kinds of strong values and democratic principles.
She looks like she's gonna punch him, dude. But they have a good picture of this. What a loser. I support gay rights, obviously. But you go to someone's house, you don't just say, the first thing, it can't be like, hey, what you're doing, it's, hey, Italy, you're not allowed to be homophobic. Not allowed to be homophobic. Sorry, Italy, you're homophobic. And you're not allowed to be homophobic. That's how he kind of sounds to me. People say mansplaining, but he doesn't, he sounds like a high school kid. Like just a high school, like a nervous high school, like, well, we think that you guys are a little homophobic, and that's wrong. That's not allowed. So we have to let you know that I look forward to speaking to you about your homophobia. How does he talk like that? I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to maybe work on a Justin Trudeau impression, and I find that between every sentence, he's like, and I can't talk. I'm like out of breath. But I'm breathing in, but I'm always out of breath if I do it. This is a mystery. Well, listen, keep tuning in because I think by Wednesday I'll have this, once enough of me hearing him comes in, we'll have the impression down. However, he does sound like a kid though. He does sound like a little kid who's like, Mom, Billy is being mean to the gay people. Mom, you know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe I get from him. Is it wrong for Italy to be homophobic? Yes, of course. But like, it is such a weird thing to go to a country and to open with like, yeah, so you guys are being homophobic. So we got to talk about that. I look forward to speaking with you about it. It's like, who do you think you are, dude? You just went into someone else's goddamn country and you're just opening with what you're doing is bad, and I want to talk to you about it. Start with a compliment. Start with like, hey, love Italy. Just saw this. Beautiful country. You look great. Say something like that. Be charming. You know what I mean? It's just straight into this. Maybe they had a fun conversation before, and then he did this, but I think.
And I always look forward to those conversations with you.
Look at her face.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to mansplain this to me?
Well, yeah, let's look at her face. Look at this screen.
No, how can that be real? Is that real? He's still, sometimes, like, when I was younger, actually, this doesn't happen anymore, but when I was younger, I think I grossed some women out so much that they would just make a face like this right in front of me. And I'm like, I can see you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, pretend you like me for 5 minutes and then you can tell your friends, I'm still here. I didn't do anything that bad. And sometimes girls are like, but dude, look at her face, dude. Is that real? That looks like it could be. You never know. It could be deep faked, but it looks legit.
Face.
She's just looking at the cameraman like, this piece of shit. Who the fuck? Who does he think he is? Coming into Italy? Dude, she's going to whack him. With her shoe?
I don't want to sit here.
She's like,
with
I just
you.
had some bad pasta. It's like this little spoiled
that's totally
bottle
like
of
a-
this little spoiled bottle of Chianti sitting next to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna save this,
Like, look
Clayton,
at the-
for whenever you and
look at the
Amy
camera.
drone on.
Go ahead, Philip.
She's looking at the camera operator, and that's that. Like, are you seeing this shit face? That's what
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
Like, do you believe this?
Well,
is,
she's
this,
like,
is this happening?
She's like, look at me. She's like, look.
This is another thing that I actually found kind of disrespectful to Trudeau. Like, I thought it was like a little weird that this woman, in front of everyone, just attacked our prime minister like this. I was a little bit offended. Tell me what you guys think of this.
Mind you of it here.
Based on Article 195, out that it would have been more appropriate for Mr. Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, to address this House according to Article 144, an article which was specifically designed to debate violations of human rights, democracy, and the rule of law, which is clearly the case with Mr. Trudeau. Then again, a Prime Minister who openly admires the Chinese basic dictatorship, who tramples on fundamental rights by persecuting and criminalizing his own citizens as terrorists just because they dared to stand up to his perverted concept of democracy, should not be allowed to speak in this House at all. Mr. Trudeau, you are a disgrace for any democracy. Please spare us your presence. Thank you.
Come on, dude. That's rude. That is rude, man. How can you just say this? Like, what he did is rude, but it's rude on, like, you know, trying to be nice level. You know what I mean? It is still rude to, like, you just meet someone like, hi, actually, I heard that you're a little homophobic, and I think we should have a talk about that. And I look forward to speaking with you about that and correcting your behaviors on homophobia. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's rude too, but in one way. But this is a classic difference between conservative and liberal. Liberals are like such assholes, but they don't raise their voice. Like, that is such an asshole thing to go to a country and be like, yeah, you guys are homophobic? We don't like that. That's very rude, I feel. And we don't like that, and we would like to talk to you about it. That's so rude. But then what she just said, what do you guys think? This is out of line, right? This is not, like, we are here to love each other, not hate each other.
You of it here.
Based on Article 195, out that it would have been more appropriate for Mr. Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, to address this House according to Article 144, an article which was specifically designed to debate.
Who is this lady? Christine Anderson, MDEP. Who do you think you are, lady? You can't just talk to the Canadian Prime Minister like this. Tema, you see what we're doing here, though? I call it out fair on both sides. You know, like, he's being a dick, but at least there's, like, some positive message behind it. But then this is just right on your face. You shouldn't even be here. You don't deserve to be here. Hold on. Her name is Tema Vanderbilt.
Violations of human rights, democracy, and the rule of law, which is clearly the case with Mr. Trudeau. Then again, a Prime Minister who openly admires the Chinese basic dictatorship, who tramples on fundamental rights by persecuting and criminalizing his own citizens as terrorists just because they dared to stand up to his perverted concept of democracy, should not be allowed to speak in this House at all. Mr. Trudeau, you are a disgrace for any democracy. Please spare us your presence. Thank you.
Jesus Christ, dude. Have respect, okay? Christine Anderson, who the fuck does she think she is? This is MDEP. Who is this? Member of European Parliament. Okay. Guaranteed conservative. Christine Margaret Anderson is a German politician who has served as a member of European Parliament since 2019, a member of the Alternative for Germany. Anderson has been described as a supporter of the Pegida movement. Okay, well, let's see the Pegida movement, because that'll tell us everything we need to know. The Pegida movement, we're going to pull this up, and it's going to be like, okay, it's a white supremacist nationalist movement to bring back the Nazis or some shit. Pegida, patriotic Europeans against the Islamicization of the West. Okay, yeah, okay, well, we know who she is, okay? But that doesn't change the fact that if you go to meet someone right? You're just going to meet them. You don't open with, hey, you're homophobic.
So here is Trudeau giving...
Especially when you did a blackface. Then they come back with this clown article off the top. Then it's fair. It's fair game. You know, you can't... You're going to fix this? People are like, oh, it was like 7 times like 10 years ago. Okay, but only because you got caught, or else he'd be doing it.
This lecture. So here is Trudeau giving her a good old mansplaining about what worries him about Italy.
Obviously, Canada is concerned about some of the positionings that Italy is taking in terms of the LGBT rights, but I look forward to talking with you about that because we're here at the G7 as an assembly of countries that are promoting the kinds of strong values and democratic principles that the world needs.
She's so pissed. She's just like, you piece of shit. Oh yeah, you're calling me a hick right now, you motherfucker? Fuck you. Dude, she's pissed.
I always look forward to those conversations with you.
Let's see where they're at. Let's just see. I did find the LGBT equality index, and let's do the numbers on this, people. You know I like to do the numbers. You know here at The Drip, we do the numbers. We're not fucking around here. We're not just talking out of our ass. We always bring the goddamn numbers. So this is Equidex, because when you make accusations like that, and you offend the Italian Prime Minister... Now I have to speak up. On behalf of Canadians, now I have to speak up. So let's take a look at this. Or maybe I should squeeze it. Here we go. No. Here we go. Oh my God, why isn't it showing the whole thing? Well, okay. Well, Baba G fucked it up, okay? This is why you hit the like, hit the subscribe. We need donations. We need people. We need a producer in-house taking care of all this, because obviously I don't have... Jesus Christ. Okay, well, you know what? It's showing the countries. Okay, so this is the World Equality Index. Okay, let's see who's supporting the gays. Don't just go out making accusations. Let's do the numbers. Let's do the math here. Let's see where Italy stands on the map. And then I'm going to come to comments, goddammit. Iceland, number 1. Congratulations. Hey, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
You are just a little buttercup. Canada, number 2. Uruguay. Uruguay's on this? Where's Uruguay, people? Because I am expecting... Uruguay, more like Uruguay. Lover. Uruguay. Okay, Uruguay map. Where is it? Oh, he's in South America? Oh, he's in South America. Okay, that's good. Yeah, no, listen. Very progressive. Very progressive. I'm not going to say it for Canada because Canada, obviously, I mean, that's why we're going around talking this shit. But Uruguay?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
You are just a little buttercup. That's very impressive. I'm happy. In South America, that's great. Norway, Denmark, Netherlands, not obviously. Spain, Germany, Australia, United States. United States at 10. Okay, it's fine. Malta. Malta is basically Italy. So Malta's at 11. I actually didn't even know Malta was a separate country. I thought Malta was in Italy. Let's double check Malta here. Because if Malta is basically Italy, it's like we got to give them some bonus points on that. Malta. Where's Malta? Palermo, Catania. Oh, it's basically an island off of Italy, but they're a separate country, I guess. Okay, fine, fair enough. It's pretty far actually. It's almost as far as Tunisia, so it's pretty far. Fine, okay, I'm gonna allow it. United Kingdom, obviously, pretty low actually. The fact that Canada left the empire and we're just a what is it? Commonwealth state, and we're ahead of the top guy. UK should be number 1 and 2. That's unacceptable. UK's at 12. You know, when you raped and pillaged the whole world and you got all the money, at least be progressive now. Anyway, Brazil, Argentina, fine. Cuba, okay, not looking good for Italy, I'll tell you that. France, okay, France is pretty low. How much farther can they be behind France? New Zealand is past France? See, now this is where the whole thing gets... It's like if New Zealand's at 22... France is at 21. Where the hell is Italy? Ireland, all the way at 28. Not impressed with that. Same with Finland. Like Finland, that's very low, brother. Very low. You should be doing better than that. Portugal, Israel's all the way at 35, of course. On the one hand, it is liberal, but on the other hand, they are like, yeah, okay, fine. Italy, number 38. Okay, found it. Italy, number 38. Okay. India, all the way down at 45. Italy at 38, that's not, okay, you're behind all the Euros. And, you know, Uruguay's ahead of you. Portugal's ahead of you. Like, Slovenia's ahead of you. That's an issue. Italy, that's an issue. So, okay, fine, fair enough. Then you got India at 45. See, now India, I'm impressed. But then Greece, it's like, what the fuck is Greece doing? Why does Greece get to be this broke-ass country that doesn't pay their goddamn bills, and then they just get bailed out? Because they're white. Sorry. Where the hell's... See, now we got to check Ukraine. Has anyone seen Ukraine yet? Maybe I missed it. Come on. Ukraine better be here. If you... Listen. Guys, where the hell's Ukraine? You know, anytime you criticize the war, people are like, well, you know, they have LGBT rights. They don't do what the Russians do to gay people. It's like, well, I don't know. I'm at 94. I'm at Cambodia. And I'm not seeing Ukraine. Unless I missed it. In which case, we'll go back and check. Serbia, Albania, Costello, China. Okay, China, and I haven't seen Ukraine. This is the issue, people. Where are we sending money to? This is the issue. Ukraine, 109. Where's Russia? Is Russia... I swear to God, if I go down here and I see Russia has to be past them. Rwanda, Morocco. Russia's at 156. Okay, fine. Hey, at least we're supporting the 109 against the 156. 297 countries total. Yemen at the bottom. Not surprised. They're being bombed. Can you give them a second on the gay rights? I mean, listen, it's still wrong. I'm not saying it's not wrong, but it is such a weird thing to go into a country and be like, yeah, you're gay rights. Hey, Italy, you're all the way at 28. We want to see you at, Italy's at 38. You should be in the top 15, Italy. And we want to see you improve and go to the top 15. And let's work on that together. And we're ready to work on you on a plan that will help you integrate and stop being homophobic hicks that hate gay people. And you hate gay people. Thank you. That's basically what he did. And it's wrong. What do you guys think? Let's go to the comments. I'm playing a track called Empire Seasons by Dan Hennig from the YouTube Creator Library, live on the Rip and Dip live stream with the congregation. Hey, Kevin Malk, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup.
You're just a little
aren't we?
buttercup. Here's a little buttercup. Rewind Cat coming 4 or 5 days in a
Wow,
row.
we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Justin Consciousness. Gwyn says SO Uruguay. SO Uruguay. What does SO mean? She's big. Kevin Malk. Did I give Kevin Malk one? Nachama Gluck, Steven. Moop! Hey, Moop, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Kevin, I'm not sure if I missed you or if what happened there, but listen, tune in tomorrow and we'll get you a buttercup. We'll take care of you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we got to start implementing like 2 days in a row. I don't want to get cocky, but we've got a lot of repeats here, and that's what we want right here at the Drip, Rip, and Dip. And you know what? I just decided today, I spoke to the management team, I spoke to the people up top. There's too many good topics. We have endless topics. So I think we're going to go right through to Sunday, people. 7 days a week, baby. We're on day number... We should start counting the days. What date? Can someone tell me what day number it is? Hey, Chris Neller, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't
You
we?
are just a little buttercup. Coming in here, a little my congregation. Coming in here, being part of my congregation. Listening to these sermons. It does raise your vibration, by the way, to listen to the sermons. And off the top, the top rip was actually just a straight vibration-raising sermon. The Samosa King. But we should all be kings. And that is, we opened with that. We did one topic so far. 2 karmas down. Let's do one more karma and call it a day, baby. That's it. Talk about Canadian politics. What do you guys think, though? Trudeau is awkward, but maybe it had to be said. Rewind Cat says, okay. BJ says almost 40K. BJ, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Okay, so Rewind Cat. You know, I don't want to be negative, and I understand how negative this can seem to people who aren't really that much into politics. That's I'm already being such an asshole to say like, oh, you're probably not that into politics, so I'll just tell you what the real shit is. But I do find that these liberal politicians, Democrats and liberals in Canada, instead of doing real left-wing activism, they've basically written off left-wing activism as some kind of like, oh, well, that's far left. What are you, communist? That's far left. So they're not doing any real work that costs money, that's hard to do, that you have to stand up and face up against a billionaire, a military guy, a police guy. Like you got a prison system owner, like a lobbyist. Like these are tough guys coming in and taking money away from the American people, taking money away from the Canadian government too. And these these left-wing so-called politicians, they're just using issues like gay rights because it doesn't cost them any money, and they can just go and do like a little, you know, I told Italy that they're homophobic. So it's just an automatic, like, you're on my team now. If you called me out for stealing something and I said, I just love the people of Africa, it's like, that's a mind fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I stole your shit. I can't just say like, well, yeah, it's like, yeah, this is what's happening. It's like you this is what the hoodwink is on the society. And this is a mass brainwash, I feel like, that these Democrats have convinced people that they're left-wing or they care about people because they jump onto these zero cost, you know, I mean, gay rights, it's like, okay, after it's all done, you guys got on board. I mean, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Biden, Obama, all these guys were against gay marriage. They like 5, 10 of them. I think Canada did in the 70s, which is impressive. It's good. It is obviously good to have gay rights and to have a higher equality index. But what is Italy at, 28? I mean, you know, you're going to, like, it is something when you look at that list, right, of the equality index, it is, not to justify this, but like, it is almost like an easy thing for a rich white country to say that was on the right side of that was on the winning side or on the right side of colonialism, the right side or the whatever. It's like they're coming out and being like, hey, we just believe in being progressive and caring about the environment and whatever. And it's like, you gotta, I mean, it's fake anyway. You're just doing it because it doesn't cost you anything. You know, like real left-wing politics, it's too ugly for these people. For Trudeau, like, he can't really do a left-wing thing. Like, he's basically a conservative who says liberal things so that he gets your vote. It's not that different from how conservatives in America, they'll do nothing for poor people, but they basically get them on board by saying like, oh, we're going to attack gays, we're going to attack trans people, whatever it is. Like, they've started this culture war, but then the liberals are like taking the bait and they're wasting their time, I feel like, on it. So that's kind of how I feel about that. That's my final pontification. That's my final pontification on that. I'm not going to do another pontification on that. But I do have to say, Alex A. Well, Chris Neller just said, Justin Conscious Gwyn says, shout out to Uruguay. Was surprised they were that high on the index. Justin, yeah, I mean, that's pretty high for, yeah, that's very impressive. Demandork.
Wow, we're just a little
You're a buttercup. Alex A. Guess what, Alex A. Coming in here.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup.
Coming in here, being in the congregation. Chris Neller, guess what? You're also a little bit of a
We're
buttercup.
just a little buttercup, aren't we?
And hey, I'm going to play a track called Flight to Tunisia by Cosmic from the YouTube Creator Library. And you're listening to the drip, and death. And we are here. You guys are actually, I'm very excited for all of you here because we are here building a congregation that you can see here. This digital ashram URL helping it. Each like, each subscribe, each comment is helping build this beautiful ashram. This beautiful ashram that you can see right beside me right here. What a it's 5 stories up. It's 5 stories down too. And tomorrow I'll show you some more footage that we have of the digital ashram. But remember, this is your ashram. And your names are on the bricks, and you are supporting this great church of loving kindness located on an electron cloud in your heart. That's why it's all cloudy around there, because that is source energy. That's life energy. It's right there. Fantastic real estate. So I just wanted to say congratulations to you guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and again, congratulations, because you are on the ground floor of a very exciting spiritual opportunity right here on The Drip. If you're in Toronto, let's do a couple of plugs here. Little plug. If you're in Toronto, May 31st, this Wednesday, I have a show coming up at Desi Fest. Desi Fest Comedy Night, hosted by, produced by Satish. He's a DJ and he's been producing this festival for years, actually. I remember when he first started it, actually. It's like a new and it's in Toronto's like Yonge and Dundas Square. It's like in Toronto's like attempt at what's it called? Times Square. So he basically takes it over for a weekend, throws like this banger party there. So I think I'm definitely gonna go to that. Yeah, make sure you come out May 31st. This is the lineup, banger lineup. I've been talking about it all week. Can't wait to see you there. And then of course, sign up for my meditations. If you feel like I'm raising your vibration, if you feel like you feel a little flutter in your heart here, then if you come to the meditation, you're going to get a big old flutter in the heart. I'll tell you that. And I don't know why it says I have 74. I don't know why it says I have 74 things, because I actually have 400 likes on my 483 members. Oh, 74. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Okay, fine. Yeah, so make sure you follow that. It's meetup.com/loveoracle, and I post when I'm going to be doing meditations there. Tomorrow night, I think I'm doing my next one. So yeah, comedy night here, meditation. The meditation is silly though. I open with parables like today's opening story. That's basically how I try to open it. But then we do a guided meditation. So God is great. God is great. What else did I want to talk about? This is a big issue. Maybe I got to wait till tomorrow to cover this, because I do need a little more information on it. But this is so sad, man, that these lefties are such fucking pussies. But basically what's happening is Trudeau's in trouble now because apparently the Chinese government was interfering in Canadian elections, and the Chinese people have been bullying us for a long time. And it is a little weird that Trudeau, there is these clips of him saying, you know, the Chinese government, they're real great. Now, I do think he's an idiot. Like, he's a dumb airhead, and we shouldn't take it so seriously, but the conservatives are so mad that, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, there's all these clips of Trudeau just being like, you know, the Chinese government, they're doing some real great stuff there. They got a real good control over the people, and they're great, and I like that leadership style. It says something like he has clips like that. I swear to God, I know this Mr. Don't be homophobic over here, blackface. You know, he's a complex person, because you got the blackface, you got the don't be homophobic, and then apparently he did all these comments. So that's inconvenient. I don't think he's actually working with the Chinese government, but the conservatives are acting like they got something. It's partisan politics. I don't give a fuck, but it is weird that Jagmeet Singh now, they're roasting Jagmeet Singh because Jagmeet Singh is, what is it called? In Canada, what happened was Trudeau, because he wanted to stay in power longer, he basically just held an election during COVID, like a snap election. And by holding that election, it guaranteed him 4 more years. It's a Canadian thing. It's a problem that we have here, because it's like he's just doing it to get more time in office. You know, it's a power grab. They're all scumbags. They'd all fucking do it if they had the chance. But he did it. I actually kind of respect it, because it's like it's the one like project of his that he's executed well, that I'm like, okay, well, at least you got something done. Like, you can execute on a project like that. I mean, he is winning the election every time, so you got to give him that. I don't know. But this is interesting. People are making fun of this because he held the election, but then he ended up with a minority government with the NDP. This is Jagmeet Singh, the leader of the NDP. Yes, we are very progressive. Yes. The leader of our second opposition party has a turban, and he is Sikh in religion, and he's a great guy. He's a sweet, sweet man, and if you hear him talk, he's a great guy. But obviously, left-wing politician, probably a pussy. So now people are making fun of him because basically the conservatives want to do an inquiry on Trudeau associating with the Chinese government, but he's saying, we need an inquiry, but how do we get one? I can ask Trudeau nicely. I could give him some cookies. You know, there's a minority government. Quiet, I'm trying to think. I know. It's like, dude, you're a minority government. And this is what the people are saying in the community. This is what people are saying of Jagmeet Singh in the community. And Trudeau is turning into this Hoity-toity WEF. Dude, I can't believe you went to the stupid WEF classes. Idiot. Why would you go to the dumbass classes? I think Jagmeet Singh went to them too. What losers, dude. Why would you go to the stupid class? Like, you're the prime minister of the country. You don't... Maybe they went there to make contacts? But it's like, you're the goddamn prime minister. I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about this tomorrow. I did want to say a quick happy birthday, 100 years for Henry Kissinger. And you know, on this channel, we like to talk about peace and love and coming together and loving each other. And one of the reasons why people can't do that today is because this guy right here, this guy did some pretty harsh stuff. And I saw in this tweet today that summarizes all of it. So I'm just going to read it real quick. Henry Kissinger turns 100 today. Across his lengthy career, his policies have led to the destruction of several countries. U.S. carpet bombing of Cambodia, which killed between 150 to 500,000 civilians, approving each of the 3,875 bombing raids between 1969 and 1970. This is very brutal. And this is the world that these neocons are trying to push us into right now. When they try to push us to go to war, war is hell. And this is irresponsible. Gave the green light for Pakistan to launch its brutal killings in Bangladesh, which led to 3 million deaths. Why does he give the goddamn green light to Pakistan? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you know what happened back then? America, because India was with Russia, back then, America would always back Pakistan. So even in this fight, because India was backing Bangladesh, the American, this piece of shit, gave Pakistan, said, yeah, just go and kill whoever you want. Come on, man. Approved Argentina's dirty war against left-wing Argentinians, which killed around 30,000 people. It's not bad compared to the other ones. Oversaw many of the year's U.S. bombing of Laos, in which the United States dropped 260 million bombs on the country, which killed an estimated 200,000. Oh my God. Oversaw the Nixon years of the U.S. Imperial War on Vietnam. The final death toll of the war was 2.5 to 3 million Vietnamese deaths. Yeah, he was a big salesperson for the Vietnam War. Helped organize Augusto Pinochet's fascist coup in Chile. Thousands killed in the formative years of Pinochet's regime. Gave the green light for Indonesia to invade East Timor, resulting in a brutal occupation that would last 24 years. Hundreds of thousands died. Oh. There he is. War criminal. Legit war criminal. I mean, there's countries he can't go to. But anyone who brings it up, he's like, they are anti-Semitic. That's how he talks, and that's basically, he just goes so quick to it. It's like, with a resume like that, can I just call you a warmonger? No, you are anti-Semitic. Yes, the anti-Semitic tendency in you is so strong, you are attacking all Jews. Why do you hate Jews? That's basically what he does. After this goddamn history, his comeback every time. Let's see if we can find a video of Henry Kissinger. No, I don't think this is going to happen. I think this is... I feel like I've seen him say it so many times, though. I've heard him say it, where he's just like, they are anti-Semitic. Or maybe it was this.
That some African countries have been neutral over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Is this payback for the West? The colonial era? Is that why?
No. It's not the colonial era. Tim, let's be frank. Many African people said, excuse me, what did America do in Iraq? Was that legal? It's wrong for US to put this resolution because then, excuse me, you are hypocrite. Either the international rules or no rules. You tell me. Are the rules only applies to Russia, not to US?
That some African countries have been neutral over
Russia. Let's go through that beat drop together and make sure you dance a little bit on that beat drop. And let me see if I can't raise the volume. So just like that beat drop. The only 3 likes on this. This guy's not getting enough. I gotta support this guy. This is a great beat drop.
Invasion of Ukraine. Is this payback for the West? The colonial era? Is that why?
No. It's not the colonial era. Tim, let's be frank. Many African people said, excuse me, what did America do in Iraq? Was that legal? It's wrong for US to put this resolution because then, excuse me, you are hypocrite. Either the international rules or no rules. You tell me. Are the rules only applies to Russia, not to US?
That some African
Excuse me, you are a hypocrite. I like that was almost as good as, I think earlier this week, didn't I play someone who was like, penalty? He was talking about someone having a penalty, and he goes, penalty, the penalty. This is the penalty. What do you guys think of that? I know he's not directly related to the Henry Kissinger thing, but I do feel like these sins that the white man committed, they will be repaid. And I don't want to alienate all the white people. I mean, the Russians are actually basically brown, and most of Eastern Europe is treated like brown too. So it's not white. There is a world order out there. We are living in the American empire. We have to go along with what they say. And they have this empire passed down to them. All the people that were poor are still poor. All the people that were rich are still rich. And there is a system in place where the rich countries get to destabilize and bomb and supply weapons and cause havoc all over the world. And it is time to pay back. You are a hypocrite. Is that Chipko? Chipko?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
You're just a little buttercup. You're a little buttercup, Chipko. Come on in here, Chipko. What a name, dude. Chipko? Tony Detien.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Tony Detien. Thanks for coming, everyone. Appreciate you. Wow, we're already at 11 o'clock. Hey! This is so easy now. Now I got to start editing clips. So that's going to be the next move that will build this digital ashram. But I do feel like all of that was very vibration raising. You know, I really do feel like this. Like, there's going to be a part of you, right? I know a lot of people who've gone corporate and they're dead inside. And they hate themselves and they hate their life or whatever. And that's one side that I find with them. They need therapists, they're fucked up, whatever, right? Then on the other side, whenever you bring up any real-ass politics, something that they could have, something that gives you a fighting spirit, a rebellious spirit in your heart that makes you feel alive. When you hear a rip like that, where he's like, what about Iraq? Boom. Fight back, brother. We have to fight back, brother. It gives you a revolutionary spirit. It gives you a flutter in your heart. But all these corporate people that, you know, they just go along with whatever some political party's telling them. They're not really thinking for themselves. They kind of have this attitude of like, well, the people in charge must know what's going on. So I'm going to go with them, pal. They know. Yeah, what are you, a Trump supporter? Or whatever it is. And sometimes Trump people are like, oh, what are you, one of these woke? What are you, part of the woke mob? Don't join any mob. Be independent. You know, think for yourself. Righteous rips raise the vibration. I don't know how else. I don't know. And that's all I really can say about it. Mainly is that righteous rips raise the vibration, and that's what we're gonna do here every goddamn day until it makes $1 million. How about that? Well, let's see if we can get through Sunday. Let's get Sunday done. But this is becoming a very sustainable morning for me, because now I'm done. It's like 11 o'clock. 11:11. I'm done. Right at the time because at 11:11, the angels give me a little jolt, and it just pushes me into the next part of my day. Now I got to just spend like half an hour editing the clips, but I think it's doable. I think it's coming. So thanks everyone for coming. I do appreciate you. Couple of things that I want to cover in the next little bit. Let me give you a sneak peek on tomorrow's episode, actually. It's 11:05. I do want to give you a sneak peek on tomorrow's episode. I want to just leave you like that. I want to give you a little bonus. Give a little bonus sneak peek on tomorrow's episode. We're going to be covering, and again, this is very vibration raising. To see people fighting and to find a way to come together and not fight each other, this is very vibration raising. And tomorrow we're going to talk about this movie. And this is a common trend in India with my family and like just Indian cinema. It's basically like I'll just play it. It's like a kind of a propaganda movie. Let's watch this trailer real quick. It's 2 minutes 45. Let's watch a little bit of it. Let's see what you think.
Shalini Unnikrishnan, a Hindu from Kerala.
Tell me, when exactly you joined ISIS?
ISIS कब ज्वाइन किया ये जानने के लिए क्यों ज्वाइन किया और कैसे ज्वाइन किया ये जानना जरूरी है सर.
Yo, the subtitles on? The guy basically said, like, when did you join ISIS? And then she said, you don't need to know when I joined. You need to know why and how. I think is that what she said.
इस दुनिया को सिर्फ अल्लाह चलाता है. Only Allah.
उन्हें करीब लाओ, खानदान से जुदा करो, दुश्मनी रिश्ते बनाओ.
Look at how, this is basically like a Muslims are evil movie. And look at what a couple of scumbags these two look like, don't they? They just look like, it kind of reminds me of how, like they are ugly. I'll say that. They casted it ugly. I do feel like that. And I do think the whole thing's a Hindu propaganda about the Muslims. Now, did a couple of Hindu girls get trapped in a loveless marriage where the guy was just trying to convert the girl? Yeah, that's fucked up. That's weird, and I condemn that. Like, don't just marry a girl just to convert her to your religion. That's a lot. You're a psycho. And I'll tell you something. It's not righteous, and it's not God's work. But at the same time, these Hindus are being very oppressive to them, and it is this back and forth trauma that's been going for maybe hundreds of years. But I think the thing that Hindus need to recognize is that all these Muslims in India, if they weren't Muslim, they'd be your slaves. It's literally the only way to not be your slave. So there is that aspect of it that I do want to talk about tomorrow. We'll get into the discussion tomorrow. So we're going to have a discussion on that. Maybe we'll do another Justin Trudeau, because I do enjoy the Justin Trudeau. And we'll have all of that on the episode tomorrow. This is also we also got to get into this. 44% of American men suicidal. 2/3 say no one knows me. American men are under attack, and we will be their saviors. So make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. Come in tomorrow. Check out the live shows. Check out the meditation. Tomorrow I'm moving the meditation back to the evening because I want my mornings to be drip, drip, rip and dip, and that's it. But we want to work on moving closer and closer to God each day. So if you guys can send me on Instagram any fun, if you come across something that raises your vibration, either through hilarity or through like just a righteousness comes in, like the African guy who said, "What if you are a hypocrite?" That, if that righteous feeling comes in, make sure you message me on Instagram, send me that clip, and we'll play it here, and you will be credited, of course. We are going to honor this congregation. Thanks everyone for coming in. We'll just let me hit that track real quick. This is upbeat synthwave music by New Dawn. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a new track, and tomorrow maybe I'll have the donation thing set up. I gotta really set that up. But Demand Dork, Gorham Vach. Hey, Gorham Vach, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
And the whole congregation is just a little.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's how God sees you. That's how God sees you. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Look how the music just matches the graphics, though. It just automatically matches. Chipko, Gorham, Demand Dork. Gorham Vach says, Allahu Snack Bar Amish. Allahu Snack Bar Amish. Hello. Okay. Chipko, so true. Some just blindly follow the lies of politicians. I've seen it so much. It's true, man. This guy's trying to tell me that, like, Trudeau's great. And I'm like, Trudeau's great. And he's trying to tell me that Pierre Poilievre is so bad. And I'm like, okay, what's bad about him? Oh, partisan politics? Attacking Trudeau? He's a real bad guy. It's like, dude, that's what they're the same shit. What do you think? This other idiot politician's gonna be any better than this one? They're both psychos. Who cares? Move. Just started a new WFH job, and watching the drip every morning has become part of my routine. Move. I don't care if I gave you one. You're getting another one. God damn it, Chris Neller. Did I do Chris Neller? Chris Neller. Sophia Gibson, Alex A. This is day number 7, eh? Let's keep it going with the daily then. Let's keep it going with the daily rips, people. Yeah, no, if this is day number 7, that's very exciting. Did I start last Saturday though? Interesting. Daisy Fest, May 31st. Kevin Malk, what's up? She's big mad. Yes, she is. Nachama Gluck, thank you for coming. Stephen, Kevin Malk. And of course, Justin Consciousness Win. It is 11:11, and God's blessing is shining through into your heart right now as we speak. Have a wonderful day.